Good morning, everybody. It's the Duchess of Monty Shit Show again. I hope you're well. Thank you so much to all those who saw my last video, or my first video actually. Thank you if you liked and shared it. Thank you if you've subscribed to my channel. It's wonderful to have you with me. And if you've left a comment, thank you so much. If I haven't replied to it yet, please don't worry, I will get round to it eventually. If you have an idea for a video, please feel free to DM me on Instagram, Twitter, or you can leave a comment below under the video and I will see them there also. So just some housekeeping rules. Anything I say in this video are my own thoughts and opinions. You should research into the information for yourselves, and any pictures I use are pulled from social media or the public domain, and I follow the fair use and the fair dealings guidelines. So it's coming up to 3:30 AM in the UK right now, and it is Monday the 14th of February. Happy St. Valentine's Day if you celebrate it, and happy Monday if, like me, you don't. Why am I awake at 3:30 in the morning? That's an excellent question. And the excellent answer to that is, you know, when you are just about to go to bed and you think, oh, I'll just check social media just one last time, there'll be nothing on there. And kaboom, the universe goes, girlfriend, where do you think you're going? No sleep for you, honey. No, no, no. I saw a couple of things that caught my eye, and from the looks of Twitter at the moment, it's caught a lot of Megxiteer's eyes as well. Caught eyes, raised a few eyebrows, probably blown a few minds, who knows. In the last hour or so, a couple of photos have come onto Twitter showing Prince Harry sat next to Princess Eugenie at the NFL Super Bowl game at the Sophie Stadium in Los Angeles. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. They are cousins, they are close friends. It's well documented that they're very close, and to all intents and purposes, it's perfectly reasonable to have two cousins sat together at a ball game. However, in reality, we're not dealing with two ordinary people. We are dealing with two members of the British royal family. One is currently residing in Monty Shit Show and is no longer a working royal, and the other one is what I would call a part-time royal. She does have a regular day job, and she attends functions and engagements on behalf of the Queen on a very sporadic basis. It begs questions. It throws up a lot of questions. Just one photo throws up so many questions. Namely, why is she there? It's perfectly feasible. She could be there just to catch up with Harry, just to catch up. Maybe she likes Super Bowl. I don't know. I've never spoken to her. I've never been close enough to her to know her preferences. Where is Jack Brooksbank, her husband? Has she left him in the UK holding the baby August, who turned 1 towards the beginning of last week? Where is Meghan? Has she also been left at home holding the baby? I can't see it. Even, and just my thoughts and opinions, if baby Lily does exist, which I have to say I'm on the fence about, as a lot of you are, I cannot see Ms. Sharkle staying at home, being the good little wifey with the baby and the toddler, and getting Harry's dinner ready for when he comes home. I can't see that happening, sorry. It's no secret that Harry and Eugenie have always been extremely close as cousins and friends. It's also no secret that Eugenie and Meghan have been good friends for a few years, several years actually, before Meghan and Harry knew of each other. Eugenie and Meghan had been socialising at Soho House, I believe. And it's long been rumoured that Eugenie was in some way instrumental in getting Harry and Meghan together. Whether that's true or not, I can't say, but it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know about you. You can probably tell it in my voice. I'm feeling really uncomfortable, actually, with those photos. They could be just having a perfectly normal conversation, but it's long been thought that Eugenie is, in my opinion, a mole. The link between Harry and Meghan and the British royal family. Any information that is being fed to Harry and Meghan, it's long been suspected that she is the conduit. Again, cannot confirm, would not like to confirm, but it does raise a few suspicions. If you remember, when Meghan turned 40 back last August, and she did the 40 by 40 initiative, which never really seemed to get off the ground, did it? It was, I don't know if it was on Twitter or if it was on, whether it was through social media or whether it was publicly released, but Eugenie had publicly come out and made a happy birthday announcement to Meghan, calling her dearest Meghan or dearest darling Meghan or something like that. So she'd marked Meghan's birthday. Eugenie stayed incredibly silent when Catherine, the Duchess of Sussex, turned 40 earlier this year on the 9th of January. There was absolute radio silence from the York camp. Now, whether this is true or whether it's not true, I believe it to be true. There's no smoke without fire, let's face it. I think Eugenie has picked sides. I can't really see any other way of explaining that. I really do think she has picked her side. It remains to be seen whether she's picked the right side, but nevertheless, I do find it extremely uncomfortable to see her in such close proximity with Harry. We all know that Harry and Meghan have been essentially cut off from being in communication with or talking to members of the royal family. And we also know that Harry and Meghan have been in quite some bother recently with Spotify and with Netflix for lack of content. We do also know that Harry's memoirs are due to be published towards the end of this year. So it is likely that Eugenie will be feeding some information to Harry, some fodder for his Netflix shows or Spotify podcast if they ever get around to doing another one, or some fodder to put into his memoir book. Again, just my thoughts and opinions. I cannot confirm, I cannot deny. It's also been rumoured, and again, I don't think the rumours are wrong. I personally think there is a lot of substance to them, that the York family have been at odds with certainly Charles, but as a result also William and Catherine, because it is a long-held thing that when Charles becomes king, he intends to slim down the monarchy to some degree actually, and plans have already been put in place for that. Beatrice and Eugenie's security were taken away, essentially, because it was felt that the British taxpayer were paying for security when they don't really need it, to be honest. They are not part of the senior royals. They do not represent the Queen on a day-to-day basis. They do not go into the Commonwealth. They do not go around the world touring, such as William did recently in Dubai. They don't need security. And the same with Harry. I don't really want to get into the whole recent thing about him trying to sue the UK government because they won't allow him security. I don't want to go into that right now. That's for another time. But it's more than likely that Eugenie is holding a grudge with Charles and William and Catherine. And so I think she has picked sides, and I think she has, or is willing to divulge private information to Harry. I don't think that goes two ways. I don't think she is telling anyone in the British royal family, except perhaps her parents or her sister. I don't think she's telling anyone else any information on Meghan and Harry. I really don't think it works both ways. And I really find it uncomfortable. I don't know what you think. Please tell me in the comments. What do you think Meghan's... Sorry, not Meghan. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, bear with me. What do you think Eugenie's end game is here? What do you think Harry and Meghan's end game is here? What is the goal? What, if anything, will be achieved by this? There is enough distrust between all the members of the royal family right now. The majority of the family do not trust Harry and Meghan. The majority of the public do not trust Harry and Meghan. I think it's a very foolish move on Eugenie's part to be so blatantly in the Sussex fold. I think it's also a very silly move on her part not to acknowledge Catherine's birthday, but to acknowledge Meghan's. I think that's a very silly move on her part too. I think if you lie down with dogs, you will get fleas. I don't think this will end well ultimately for Eugenie. But she seems to have made her bed, and it's time to let her lie in it. If things go wrong, I'm afraid I won't have any sympathy for her. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments.